What's going on, everybody? CTM Sports back at you again. It's been a crazy week, but what a way to end this week. Got the legend in the house, the South. I mean, this dude, the house that started it all.
Yes, sir.
Raymond House the third. Shout out to Mr. House. Hey, we appreciate you for coming on, brother. It's good to have you on.
I appreciate you guys having me on. Definitely a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure to be part of this.
Yes, sir. We got Jay in the house. We got Pill in the house. And y'all stay tuned, man. We got more people reaching out. We're just trying to line up the time. But today, we got the house. And we're going to start with where? What part of Southwest is the house from?
Oh, yeah. Wakefield, 65th.
Wakefield.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was cool. You had... I know y'all had Dedrick Poole on. You know, he grew up. He was, lived right across the street. So from around the same way, he came up that way for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're right around the corner from Nick and them. Yeah, and the gates and stuff. But yeah. Mm-hmm. So when did sports start for the house? Like what age did it start?
So organized sports probably around 10 years old, and it was basketball. That was the first. But going to Wakefield Elementary and being in and around the neighborhood, sports was everywhere anyway, right?
Sure.
I didn't play organized football until I got to Dunbar in the 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
But we were already tackling. we were already tackling.
Killer man.
And that was kind of the introduction to it. So but no, organized sports started the community center right there. That was right there in Wakefield, right down the street from us because we live on Harold Drive. Right there. Just pop up. My dad, let him tell it, I didn't show much interest until around back then. Anyway, but it was good. And that went from playing basketball there to then playing, first introduction to AAU summer ball. Playing with the Arkansas Rockets, and so getting into that, and that was definitely eye-opening experience, definitely a great experience as far as the development of just competition and being able to what it means to play at a high level, and so that was a great experience. But but as far as football, I didn't put the pads on until I got in the 7th grade at Dunbar.
Okay,
so
Go ahead.
So was your dad didn't force you? We hear a lot of times fathers forcing their sons into sports, but your dad let you find your own way.
No. Nothing was ever forced. Because if I didn't want to be there, he didn't want to be there either, right? It's like, don't waste my time if you're not going to be interested in it, going to be fully engaged in it. But no, it's funny because we were talking about my dad, as big of a guy that he is. He didn't play football. Well, he not really extended. He was more of a baseball guy. That was.
Oh wow! Okay.
That was what was really his sport coming up in youth sports and in high school. And then baseball and basketball is kind of where his bread and butter was. He did a little bit of football just when he was younger. So football kind of came up, just through me and my brothers, right? Obviously, I got 2 younger brothers that also play football in McCullough too.
For sure. Shout out to Trace.
Tracy's mom.
Yeah. So how was it? Like, was Coach Monday? Did you play under Coach Monday?
Yes, I did.
No, how was it playing under Coach Monday? His practices and his discipline.
He definitely had a no-nonsense approach, and I think that's the best way to kind of describe it. And he was a stickler for details, and he would recognize and call out, right? Like those are the earlier moments for me, knowing the recognition and calling out whether or not he was getting all you could give, and getting a habit of doing that. And he, there was only one way to figure out whether or not you were going to be able to cut it or not, and that's just throwing you right into whatever happened. So I can remember being in the 7th grade, and there was not a whole lot of separation with grades, right? So you there in 7th grade, that means you're gonna be out there with some 9th graders as well too. And then, if you're familiar with Dunbar, 9th graders at Dunbar, those are grown men.
You know what I mean? 100%, yeah. So We're going to take a break for a second. We got another legend. We've been trying to get him off. We got him in the house. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to my bro, man. Nick, what's going on, my brother?
Man, hey, y'all got it. I'm just happy to be here, man. Finally was able to make it.
Yeah.
House in the
We're
house.
talking the house. What part of Southwest you from? Let the people know what part of Southwest you from, because I know y'all from the same.
65th Street, Westgate Apartments is where I grew up at, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And how was it when you playing for Coach Money? We was talking about Coach Money.
Oh, Coach Money.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Truly amazing. Coach Monday, man. Hey, I'm happy I didn't have to play with House and say it now, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That would have been something different. But, man, my first years of playing football, man. Yep. Coach Monday. So, pretty much, man, I got the bear crawl, man. Matter of fact, John gonna laugh at this. Coach Monday had us bear crawling one day. I was like, man, I suck at this. I'm gonna have to go home and have to work out on this. I was bear crawling in the halls of Westgate Apartments, man. John was like, hey, dude.
No grass, y'all. Concrete.
Concrete, baby. Concrete. So Coach Monday told us, he said, hey, Nick, you're gonna be playing DN. You got to get used to being in the grass. I was like, I don't know about all this. I need to figure out what's that position to play behind me, linebacker. And so it got real interesting, man. But playing with Coach Monday.
Back then, it's a little bit different. These kids practicing now. Did he have y'all? You and said doing Oklahoma drill, man. You know Coach Monday, man. Did he have y'all? I'm talking to the house. Did he have y'all doing it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All of that, like it was,
Got y'all battling, man.
Tackling grown men.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, but it's just I don't know if his approach maybe would have worked in 21st century football and how it's put together.
It wouldn't work, man.
But those were really truly formative years because you really, if you were there, you had the desire because that was the only way that was going to get you through what they were going to take you through. And looking back on it, I didn't realize just kind of the seeds they would plant at that point to really understand how you can blossom within the game. So it was looking back on it, it was tough, right? But nothing is worth it if it's easy usually. Did you play with Reggie too? Did Reggie come out the same time at Fawcett? Did he come out the same time you did too, or a little bit under?
That was after. Yeah,
it was after. Okay, he was after.
Older.
Okay.
Yeah, it was older.
Yeah.
Older.
Okay. Thought y'all.
Yeah.
So, what were some of your rivals, Big House and junior high? What were some of your rivals? And we get to Nick. Y'all played again the junior high.
Probably one of the biggest. Playing against Henderson was always was one of the big ones. Cloverdale was probably the most intense, right? Especially when you think about that school sharing some zonings, right? So you would be in neighborhoods close to it, depending on how the zone was broke up. That would, same neighborhood, different schools.
Sure.
But probably for me personally, Cloverdale was probably the biggest, one of the biggest rivals. And if I had to call it specifically, I remember playing against all through the years I was there. I don't know if you guys remember the guy by the name of Charles Alexander.
Same time for me.
And so
probably know.
But he was, I was a pretty big kid, and he was just as big as I was.
Battle of the Titans.
Yeah, and he was, just as strong, and if not stronger, but he had an edge to him, and he would try to embarrass you, no matter what the sport was. Like he would try to embarrass you out there every single time. And that used to just burn me up. That used to burn me up, right? And that's just. But you think about things like that, and even with me, talking to my own kids about those, what becomes that drive for you, and what's that push, right? And honestly, like for me, like especially even going to high school, like I'm trying not to get embarrassed. Like I'm trying not to have somebody do me bad out there. Football, basketball, didn't matter what it was, because you had to be on point and bring it. You couldn't step on the field, step on the court halfway, or you will get embarrassed. They will bring you
embarrassed. Yeah, you gotta have a sense of pride. What position did you play at Dunbar?
So when I first initially I played offensive offensive guard, and I think I played defensive tackle, offensive guard, defensive tackle most of the time that I was there. And I didn't start playing really. I played a little bit of defensive end when I was there as well too. But it wasn't until I got to McClellan until I exclusively played defensive end, outside linebacker, depending on the set. So yeah.
What about you, Nick? What position did you play? What were some of your rivals, man, that you was playing?
Real quick, man, I'll make it short and sweet, man. Hey, y'all had D Pool on here, baby. It was for us, man. It was PH.
Oh, PH,
right?
Yeah,
so,
PH was crazy.
Dunbar, man. And a lot of it was because of his neighborhood.
Yeah.
Southwest Little Rock, you see folks working out during the summer, playing sandlot. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to put some shoulder pads on dude for real in the fall. So it was PH, but I would tell you, and I think anybody from Dunbar when I came out would tell you, Tyler, man, we went down there to Pine Bluff and had mostly 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah.
And man, Coach Monday went off. He said, we got off the bus, man. Cats was rolling around in the grass because the grass was like pristine.
Wow.
Cats rolling around in the grass.
Yeah, when he get mad, you can tell too. He can't hide it. When Coach Monday get mad, he got this look. He cannot hide it, man.
Man, we got out there and got blew out. We got blew out real bad. Coach Monday had told Coach Claiborne, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have him next year though." So yeah, that following year, hey, we had mostly 9th graders and 8th graders, and so yeah, we went down there. Man, they came to us and we beat them. But man, PH was always a rival for us.
Yeah, and so Big House, what were some of the teammates that you saw like that you weren't playing with, but you was like, man, if I get to play with him, like they playing with him at McClellan. Like did Andre, did he go to Dunbar too? Okay, he didn't go to. You want to know? Wow.
What was one of your both of y'all? What were some of your most memorable moments or games playing under Coach Monday and going to junior high in the state of Arkansas?
Yeah. I mean, it's I remember like it was always PH because I'm glad Nick mentioned that PH was always because I'm pretty sure my 9th grade year PH won the city championship, which was a real big deal. And I can remember that game and it being kind of tight down to the wire. It was always that push, and kind of to the earlier question as well too. It was less about when we go to the same school in high school, how it was going to be. It was more like, how can I get better so the next time I play somebody, get somebody that good that it doesn't turn out the way that it did. I remember too, because it was us. It was a big deal, you make all city and you go and they have you down here and they bring everybody together, take the picture and all that. And, and that's when, like guys that I remember because I'm pretty sure it might have been Jason Harrison. He might have been at PH at the time before he went to Parkview.
No, sir. Okay. No, sir. He was at Henderson.
He was at it was one of the two. I was gonna say, it was one of the two. It was one of the two. Because those were like we lost 2 or 3 games that like my 9th grade year, and those were 2 of them, and I remember those. But I can remember those being the battles. And Coach Money had no problem telling you if you did something wrong, and very pointed and specific with his feedback and what he would want to see differently the next time you got out there. He did not hold back, but it was something to get used to, because you advance in levels that you play. That's what you get, right? You get some no holds barred, no nonsense type of coaching. And I remember being with guys where it was a bit rough of adjustment. I'm like, we've been getting this since junior high. Like, nothing new here. So, go ahead, Nick. Don't let me hold you up.
No, brother. Hey, you good?
Y'all take our time. We got all the time. Take our time.
Hey, if I can say anything, I just want to hit this question. So I ended up playing linebacker and DN linebacker and everything. Just want to hit that question. I think Jay asked me, but what's interesting is Coach Claiborne. He told me this. He said, my 9th grade year, coming into the season, he said, "Hey, boy, let me tell you,
boy, let me tell you something, son."
He basically told me, he said, "You ain't gonna be playing DN." From me and Monday talked about it. You ain't gonna be playing DN in high school. He said, "The way you move, your quickness." He said, "We're gonna go ahead and start standing you up." And I was like, "What's that?" And so introduced the 4-4 stack defense. Man. 8 in the box to stop the run. Yeah. He was like, "Yep, Nick, go ahead and stand on back there." And pretty much on this play, all you doing is blitzing. I was like, wow, I can get used to this. I can see everything. Didn't have to have my hand in the grass. That was pretty sweet. And then from there, man, when you start looking at, you said the talent that we end up playing against, man, I will never forget the jamborees. Like the jamborees
against each other.
Hey, the jamborees that we had to kick off the season. Like you only could get so many plays against, it's half or end zone, probably 20 yards. And you got like the end zone, so you get so many plays to go to the end zone, and then hey, you got to go out there and play defense, man. Hey, they got so many plays that your defense is out there and everything, and so you had to play. I want to say like 4 teams. Mm-hmm. So hey, here it is. You got Henderson, you got Mapleville, you got PH, and you only got like a certain amount of plays. Oh man, whenever Jamboree popped off, this is where you get fired up at, because now in practice, you can hit your teammates, but I would tell you, Coach Monday, hey, Coach Claiborne, they'll have us go full speed, but it was nothing like Jamboree would be the first time you get to play against opponents and you didn't have a whole game to play. So hey, you got 15 plays, you giving it your all, and Coach them grading, boy, you ain't running to the ball, get out of
there. Hey, I think during the jamborees is what made me quit playing football. I ain't built for this life. I ain't built for this life.
So what was some of the hardest hits y'all laid on somebody in junior high before we get into high school? What was some of y'all hardest hits y'all remember? Or like, and then another one, like an offensive lineman that's like y'all run up against, like, man, this dude got. I know they talking about Nate Newton and stuff like that in the car. I always think about that dudes who play defense. Them offensive linemen, like, I don't want to run against this dude today.
Shoot, in junior high, I mean, it was, for me, it was on the same team, right?
Okay.
There's a guy by the name of Frank Livingston. I don't know if y'all remember that name as well, too. Yeah. Frank ended up playing at Grambling, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow,
but
nice.
Back in the 9th grade, he Frank was like 6'4", 265, like in
junior high.
Junior high. And he played offensive line there too, and that was you have your like welcome to a level moments, like he give you that. And I can remember being one of the that was one of the times that I was on my back standing at the sun playing against him. Yeah. But again, it was those moments remind you how much you don't want to be back at that point. So you got to be different. But Coach Monday, Coach Claiborne, they were just big on like, hey, you got knocked down, like that's gonna happen. Yeah. What do you do after that? And so you keep showing up, you're different. So, but I remember that though. Frank Livingston, he was something else.
Man, that's crazy. Man. That's unreal, man. Yeah. Wow.
One more thing. Do y'all think Coach Monday ever got his just due? Because I hear a lot of players played for him, and we don't hear much about him other than the former players. Y'all think he got his just due?
I mean, people that went to Dunbar talk about him all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. If you in that culture, all the time. Yeah, for sure.
You know, I think at the time, or you think about those years, wins and losses were separated and celebrated more than player development. Right. And so I think it's only as time passes when you start thinking about, you start looking at down through the history, how many of these guys were contributors and starters on their high school teams, how many of these guys end up eventually playing college football, right? And you can, I'm sure you can stack up Coach Monday and Coach Claiborne, like, you know, Coach Monday and his staff, you can stack him up with anybody in and around, especially from a Central Arkansas perspective, what he did and what he created there. But again, it's your more successful programs that got more notoriety through history, because that's what, wins and losses are only collected for head coaches and quarterbacks, right? So
the newspaper, they love PH.
Yes. And so he because Coach Monday had good records, and that's, but when you think about the collection of those city championships and those great records, you had your schools like Henderson, like PH, that probably had a bit of an edge as far as that, when Cloverdale later on as well too. But I am of the hopes that, as with platforms like this, it kind of brings back some of the reflection and some of the appreciation. I don't have the experiences that I do later on in my career, high school, college, past that, without those early investments of good coaching from somebody like a Coach Monday. Because what I find, and I see it now as a parent, and then I remember seeing it back then, when you would have kids at those formative years with a lot of bad coaching and a lot of just, the engagement and being given bad direction because of somebody, the way somebody, not fundamental, but just how somebody feels about the game. Coach Monday would shoot to you straight, but it was to the point, and it was definitely fundamentally sound. It wasn't easy, but it was exactly what it needed to be.
Come in your classroom and give you that look, like a teacher say you acting up or something. He come give you that look. It's like a stare he got, man. It looked great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to act in class, huh? Okay, we're gonna talk about this on the football field.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
You stand up on the wall
and
poof.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
what about you, Nick? What was like the hardest hit? What was the offensive lineman you didn't want to like try to run stop? They hit you.
So hardest hit, man. Hey, can't leave out, man. Real quick, can't leave out Coach Burgess, man. Ryan Burgess. Coach Claiborne, man. Coach Burgess, man. He came out there, man. Coach Burgess changed the whole attitude to practice, man. Like, hey, he would tell us. Matter of fact, Jamboree, real quick. Jamboree. I go out there, man. This is one hard hit, but the hardest hit I laid, man, I'm gonna lay this. Hey, it's gonna lead into this. Coach Burgess was like, Nick, you got to get off. I was like, get off. That was my first time ever hearing get off as a defensive end. Hey, get off the balls as fast as you can, man. As soon as the ball snapped, let it rip. Emmanuel Savage, man, that dude was a savage at DN. I used to try to, man, like literally in practice. I'm like, hey, coach, let me go to the sideline and get some water. I was studying dude get off, man. He had dude had the best pass rush and get off, man. Hey, look like a track runner, man. Up high, boom, shoot up out of there like a cannonball. But we play in the Jamboree. Coach Burgess say, Nick, you need to get off. I catch a quarterback blindside, sack fumble. I didn't even know I hit the dude so hard, made him fumble. I just hear everybody start yelling. That's what I'm talking about, getting fired up, right? Man, Coach Burgess grabbed me by my face mask.
Yeah, he had some big hands. Yeah,
he grabbed me by my face mask, house, and he said, "Now that's how you hit." I mean, he said, "Now that's how you hit."
Yourself a Burgess sitting to him. Yeah.
He said, "That's the first hit your team done seen this year. You set the tempo. Man, our defense was running around there like some crazed animals." He said, "Now that's how you do it, man." But the hardest hit in junior high, we do dirty. Pretty much, folks talked about do dirty. They literally, man, do dirty was over there playing, and he was playing so much, man. Coach said, "All right, y'all want to play? Here we go. Live onside kick. Never heard of anything like it. Whoever didn't recover the kick had to go running.
Wow.
Man, live onside kick, man, guy named Tommy Taylor, man. I saw him reach for the ball. I said, I don't feel like running today. I dove for the ball. I had Tommy Taylor beat. He was a wide receiver. I had him beat by like 20, 30 pounds. I remember hitting and feeling him turn into like a tissue. Boom! And he went to sleep. Ooh. Coach Monday came over there. Oh, Lord. He picked him up by his belt, started lifting him up. He was like, oh, man. I took a knee. He was out cold.
Yeah.
I got off of that, man. I was like, uh-oh. Man, I hope I ain't kill my homeboy. Hey, Tommy Taylor, man, ended up being one of the best wide receivers over there at Hall High School, man. So
I know little time.
Yeah.
He got knocked out in junior high practice. Man,
so, junior high.
Y'all survive. Y'all survive Coach Monday. You get through that. Now, what was the transition like from junior high school to McClellan High School?
So I'll start here, and it was kind of interesting too, because I definitely big shout out to Coach Burgess, because he definitely changed it, but he also knew a way to instill confidence in you. So when you think about that, when we were ninth graders, McClellan was just coming off of a state championship appearance, right?
Okay,
and so it was a real big deal, and then just kind of high expectations coming in, and for me, like I was thinking, like, all right, well, I mean, hopefully I'll make the team, and be part of it, and that was that was kind of where my mindset was at, and I remember Coach Burgess, before we left, he said, I'm telling you right now, you need to have the expectations to be a starter when you get there. I'm like, Coach, come on now. Like, that don't, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, they just
I love this class, Mr. Burgess, man.
And he's like, no, he said, that's where your mind has to be. And he said, you've got the potential to do that, right? And that was kind of a formative for me, like, all right, okay, let's see what happens. And it definitely was a jolt to the system. You knew the level of play was higher, but so much of what we went through and the way they did things at Dunbar, the level of intensity that you played with, the fundamentals directly translated to being at McClellan. It was not easy, but it was not a complicated thing to do. You knew you had to put in the work to do, but not easy at all. But boy, it was those things and those contributions that they made the preparation a lot less complicated once we got to the point of being there and playing the game there.
About you, Nick, before we start talking about Coach Gunn?
Hey, ditto everything House just said. So 10th grade, man, hey, we were ninth grade year transitioning. As y'all heard from T Knight, man, we brought ninth graders with us. So pretty much, man, it was basically most folks probably shouldn't say it this way, but it was a talent drain. So we lost. I want to say we lost one game. That was to PH for the championship. Man, we had Sunshine, Leroy Hamilton, Keon. So me and Leroy, Keon, we said, hey, man, we finna go to McClellan. We finna change the whole culture. Burgess had a conversation with us. Man, we talked to Coach Monday. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Never said this before, but everybody finna hear it now. Wasn't nothing going to stop Nick Pettis from getting out there playing. House, I had a whole different mindset. I was like, man, these people ain't my friend. I'm going out here to destroy anything walking, anything on site. Leroy told me I should have been more finesse. I was like, when we was in high school, I said, man, ain't nobody off limits. They got a red jersey on, they get knocked out too. Zach Thomas and Ray Lewis, man, were guys that I kind of, really kind of looked at their game.
Yeah.
And when I came in, that was my attitude. Now I used to talk to my helmet, like, hey, it's game time. Even when we was in shorts and helmet, I was like, yep, anything try to come across the middle, we decapitated it. Coach Chambers was like, son, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Nothing come across your face. I'm like, all right, nothing come across my face. I'm gonna make sure. I was so fired up, man, because I think Jay Fair had just, came off doing awesome. Top Forte said, Cobbs and them, they rolled out. House, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful, man. You guys were there. But boy, I was like, man, that's one dude, man, watching film. I'm like, hey, who's number? Oh, we know who number 4 is, Bobcat. But walking in, y'all, that was the attitude that I had. I had my dogs with me. Man, we had Keon, man, Do Dirty, man, all these, my core group, who we were, but 8th, 9th grade together is coming here. We were winners, man. Yeah. Coach Monday, Coach Burgess, man, Coach Claiborne, we knew what winning was like. We had that attitude, we had that swagger, and that's what we came in with. Just so happened, man. We just continue to run it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I say. When did y'all meet Coach Gunn? You get to McClellan, you meet this guy. You got Coach Monday voice, the authority. You got Coach Gunn.
So it's interesting for me because my senior year was Coach Gunn's first year in McClellan.
Oh, okay.
Right, and so my sophomore year was Todd Shirley.
Okay.
It was actually Todd Shirley was he was there my sophomore and junior years before he left and took another job. And so my senior year is when Coach Gunn got there. And he was definitely different. Contrast from the other coaches I had in high school, Coach Shirley, but also the strike contrasts from a Coach Monday.
Well, since Coach Gunn wasn't there when you first got there, like, how was your first year in McClellan?
Yeah, I mean, we had, we were in the shadow of the successes that we had before, right? Coming off a 13-1 season, high expectations, lost a lot of those guys. You talk about a lot of those guys, those seniors were, departed. Several of them got opportunities to play at the next level. So it was, we had some growing pains, right? Because we ended up, I think we were 6-4. 6-4 that first year as a sophomore, 5-5 our junior seasons, right? And the transition from one coach to another, trying to understand a new system and the way of doing things, dealing with a lot of high expectations. It was a lot to manage, and going and understanding change and how difficult it can be in any situation, especially when trying to manage 60 or 70 high schoolers to try to put us all together, be on the same page and be successful. But it was still, a great experience. And then Coach Gunn, obviously first year, another set of transitions. It was tough because he was definitely different. He was a bit more tactical and very specific on how he wanted things to be done. And that took a lot for guys to get used to. Especially knowing where we had come from and what we had seen.
I was telling the wife, if I could ever find them shorts, man. Him and Coach Chain was like, Coach Chain was like, them bow-legged shit with them shorts.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Chain. You buck on there, boy. Get back on there. What about you, Nick, when you met Coach Gunn, man?
Hey, man, so when I met him, first time I met him, they had coaches come over to the this is interesting, man. They had coaches come over to junior high back when he was there.
He came over? Okay.
No, for real. He came over. Coach Monday had put us all into the auditorium, and the coaches had to tell us about basically high school. So he came in, hey, being Coach Gunn, and let us know, hey guys, hey, we're rebuilding. If you want an opportunity to play, this is a great school to come to. We're building culture. Kind of really drove that in. A lot of us knew we was gonna go because we was, it wasn't zone, but we was zone there, and so he basically told us that. Coach McGee at Parkview, he came over, and then think it was a couple of other high schools. Coach Monday had come in and talk. I remember one thing that stood out, man. Even hey, with Coach Gunn, when I first made it to campus, because hey, everybody have their recruitment spiel. Really couldn't engage, but that first off season, and I said not off season, but it was actually the first fall camp. Showing up, man, you got tour-a-days, all that kind of stuff, man, rolling out. Coach Gunn, I said, man, this dude different. This ain't the same dude that was standing on the stage. He had the shorts on, had a little visor, wore his hat, had his whistle. Then he had this look like, hey, it's time to get dressed. Coach Chambers walked past me. All right, Nick, we're going to see what you got out here. I was like, wow, the conditioning.
Yeah.
Like.
And for people that don't know, McClellan Field, it ain't like you look now with the lacy line. This was like real grass, real sun. Ain't no shade.
Ain't no shade.
As a matter of fact, the picture behind it, ain't no shade. Just grass and field and sun.
County fair on the practice field.
Yeah.
That's what we first did. With Coach Monday, man, everything we did was full speed. Yeah. We did conditioning. I thought I was, hey, yeah, I'm going to get out here and get this. No, man, that dude made sure, Coach Gunn made sure we was going to be the best conditioned team out of everybody. At the end of the day, I mean, like, we ran. And that's like when meeting Coach Gunn, I was like, whoa, Coach Stanley.
Yeah,
hey,
Coach Stanley was cool.
Great defensive coordinator, man. I remember telling Coach Chambers, I was like, hey, Coach, can I get some water? He was like, yes, son, you're going to need it. I ain't know I was going to need it like that. But
I wish Steve was able to come on here, though. He said, Coach Gunn, give me that water. He was shooting from the side. He'll shoot the water from the side.
Hey, no. Hey, it had to trickle, baby. He would shoot it too. You can't catch it just like that, Doc. Hey,
before we start talking about the teammates, man, I'm gonna ask you, Nick, because he said he didn't know who gave Foley Raymond House jersey, man, that day, man, when that happened.
All right. So this is gonna be hilarious. The only folks that could be back there giving out jerseys, they had to be
Foley, man. It wasn't his fault.
They had to be either appointed by head coach, right? Yeah. Basically you had your team, team managers and everything like that. At that time, Coach Nichols and Coach Settle, basically, man, hey, they were back there. Man, my 10th grade year, I knew not to. Hey, y'all, I should have had my here. Hey, House, I'm 54. Couldn't touch 55. Oh, hey, that jersey wasn't getting touched. I got close to it though. I was like, oh yeah, hey, we're gonna rock this 54. But hot stuff, man. It had to be, man, that right there. But man, when Coach Gunn came in there, y'all, like I know, Eric, he shot it. Man, everybody in the locker room. Who gave you that 55? When we heard 55, man, everybody stopped and turned like, ooh. Hey, the statement that followed that will go in the history books, man. Hey, you never amount, man. I was like, woo, we
never met the Raymond House.
Man, hey, House. Hey, I gotta say this. I gotta say this though. I know, but man, House came back while we were there.
For sure.
He was at the University of Arkansas, Fayetteville, and straight up, my first time ever seeing D1 athlete, like up close and personal. He came in the weight room with us, y'all.
Oh man,
who you see and changed the whole game of power clean. Yeah. No. So our concept in high school was, hey, power clean being, you know, hey, a quick power, you know, hey, you gotta pull that thing up, man, get underneath it, squat down, you know, hey, there it is. House came in there and he said, hey, y'all, let me coach y'all up real quick. And he talked to Coach Gunn. Coach Gunn's like, House, demonstrate to these young men what a power clean is. And y'all, House put like, I want to say it was like 3 plates.
He laid back doing it too. He not making no fun. He just put 3 plates.
He put 315 on there, 295, 315, because he took 225 and he snatched it up real fast. I thought he was gonna throw it through the roof. I was like, oh no.
So he put some weight on there. Just warming up. Yeah, he just warming up.
Hey, we sitting back. I remember tapping Leroy like we was in the 9th grade when they was still playing. They was like, yeah, that was senior, man. You do the senior. Like, man, how we was gonna play against them, man? He put that on there, y'all. And when he snatched it, he stumped. Boom! When he stumped, dude, that weight snatched up there and them elbows shot forward. I was like, dude, be moving 350-pound men like they boys at UA Fayetteville. I was like, man, Leroy, can you try to stump that out? Leroy was like, man, I can't stump that out. Y'all, that changed the whole game and how we did power clean in that weight room at McClellan that day. Every time we snatched it up, we had to stump our feet, man, to get that thing up. House changed the game, brother. Hey, my hidden torque even changed. I was out there like, oh yeah, we gonna power through this thing. I never had a chance to tell you, sir. Appreciate you. It changed the whole locker room and how we lifted that day you came in there. You and Chuck Nally, man, y'all can't come in there like, hey, this you want to make it to this level. This is how you work at this level to get to that next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Coach Gunn allowed that. I know some coaches, man, hey, they'll you know, hey, you know, try to keep, man, you know, hey, guys from coming in. But man, that's to the detriment of the team. Man, you got alum that's out there, man, getting it done. Man, you let them come in there, work with us, man. They work out with us, and boy, it shifted the game. You knew D1, man, Fayetteville, it was a whole nother level. And House, man, pretty much, man, poured that into us. And so appreciate
what was some of the Go ahead, Jay.
When did you hit your stride in high school, Raymond? Like,
you just took it out my mouth. Good deal.
Yeah, like when you know you were good and you know you were that guy in high school.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I remember going into my senior year. I really didn't have much, you know, as far as recruiting is concerned. I didn't have any Division I offers at the time going into my senior year. I think Richard Henderson State was the only offer I had at the time, and I was good with that. I was like, hey, just get a shot to play. Like I'm excited about that. But you know, I was a product of my environment, right? Because I wasn't heavily recruited, but you had guys like Andre Key that had all of the Division I schools coming in. Yeah. You had a guy, you may not remember the name, a guy by the name of Odell Rose that was there as well too. And so all of these college coaches were coming for them. They weren't coming for me. Right. They weren't coming to see me. They were coming to see them. And so shout out to them because you know, that was a platform that allowed me the opportunity to, you know, to be seen, because without, you know, I'm not sure if they're coming to the school. They're not coming for me. Right. So they were coming for them. And, you know, to be able to have those opportunities, I knew that, hey, like you would know, and obviously you would know when they were there, and really just trying to turn the switch to be able to perform at a high level, one, for your team, but also knowing that the after effect of that is this, you know, the notoriety and the opportunity to be able to be seen when you have that stage and that platform to be able to do it. So after we played Fort Smith Southside, we went to play Fort Smith Southside. And that was, you know, that was another big time opportunity. It was Lunny. It was Lunny that was at the quarterback there. So he had a lot of schools there. They had a big offensive lineman by the name of Gary Hobbs. He's about 6'7", offensive lineman there as well too. So that was another opportunity there, and so we did not have a good game as a team. Like it wasn't even close. Like they ran us off the field. But it was an opportunity for me to go head to head against, at that point, a blue chip offensive lineman. And I had 2 sacks that game too. And so that changed everything. Right. And that's when things started being a lot different. And that's when school started calling a lot more from that point. But, just being able to be around, high level players and then being able to, take advantage of opportunities that are there. That's kind of so probably about halfway into my senior year, that's when things started to be a bit different for me.
That's what's up. So what was it like on the sideline, man, watching them wheels of Andre Akeem, man? Watching them wheels, I have burning them corners, man. What was it like watching them on the track?
So it was a sight to behold because he wasn't a small guy. You know what I mean? Right. He was a big sprinter. so that was definitely something different. And it was good to be able to be on the side and to see him perform at a high level, but it was also a motivator for me, right? Because it's like, you've got teammates, you've got friends out there that are doing everything they've got. They're putting all out there on the field. So when you have the opportunity to do it, you want to make sure you reciprocate and you do the same. And that became the ultimate push, because I'm not warranted the opportunities I have from a college perspective. If it wasn't for guys like Andre, it wasn't for guys like Odell, or even the guys that laid that foundation before. Like you think about guys like a Corey Nichols, who was legendary within his time there as well too, and even guys in between. I think about Damian Land and Deshaun Rose and Thomas Green, like all those guys that came before me that were trendsetters, and they set the bar at a certain level on how things would be done. Right, so I could easily get on here and try to beat my chest about all the stuff and the accomplishments, but it's not. I'm a product of my environment and the contributions that coaches have made, the steps and the way that things have been paid by the players that came through here and be able to do those things. So, but yeah, those are the moments that changed it for me.
What about you, Nick? Watching Leroy, the stinky,
brother,
the wheels. Rest in peace, Leroy. But yeah,
watching Leroy, man, it was always interesting because, see, for me, being an offensive lineman, junior high, it's real interesting. Even in high school, having to play both ways, watching it from the sideline, whole different perspective.
Yeah,
watching it, knowing that he behind you, and he gonna come off your butt, brothers. When I tell you, man, that was sight to see. I'll never forget this. We're playing against North Little Rock. Leroy fumbles the ball, and I'm like, hey, I run over there to him. I'm like, hey, get up. Let's cowboy up. Let's go. He grabs me by my, here it is. He grabs me by my face mask, and he said, hey, bro, give me the ball back. I said, all right, I'll get you the ball back. Do something with it. Man, y'all, they drive the ball 65 yards down the field at the 2-yard line. Coach Stanley called blitz 8 thunder, cover 5 under. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go. I shoot the gap, catch the running back as the quarterback's putting it in there. Boom! Hit the running back, ball falls on the ground, do dirty, somebody recovers it, Tyler, somebody. I'm running to the sideline like I'm about to get off the field. Mm-hmm. And I tell Leroy, I got you the ball back, do something with it. He said, where you going? Come back out here. I'm like, oh, man, I don't get to go to the sideline. I had to turn around and get back in the huddle. Coach Gunn, was it 34 beer or something like that? Man, Leroy, man, hit the ball. We're on the 2-yard line, man. Hey, 98-yard touchdown, man. Boom, down the sideline. I'm like, wow, man, I was expecting you to take like a little bit more than that. I told you I was going to do something with it. Watching Leroy, man, was special. There was another running back we had for a brief period of time. dude named Sean Williams, man.
Yeah.
That dude, Sean.
Yeah.
That dude probably was like 5'9", 5'9", 5'8".
You give Sean too much credit. I don't think he was that tall.
He probably was, all right. But he can jump. He can dunk. He can dunk the basketball.
He can jump out the building.
Hey, Sean can also shake you in the. That dude had some heel. Coach and him brought dude. I mean, he came out to practice. Man, Coach Stanley made us run like nobody's business. He punted the football, run to the football. Man, Sean came out there, man. That dude was shaking folks, man, left and right, man. And then he had speed that could take it to the house. That was something different. Leroy, Sean, Winston Caldwell, watching those guys, man, run that ball was a sight to see. But Leroy, man, that speed, it was deceptive. He could make one cut and all of a sudden pull away from you. It wasn't a 4.6. It was 4.4. Yeah. When he hit it, he was hitting it. Scooter, fast. Eric, deceptive, man. Eric catch a pass, turn that thing up, boom. It's like, what in the world? So, yeah, man, it was awesome, man.
So people who watching that ain't from Southwest, man. Before we talk about college, how were y'all able to overcome the inner city dynamics and stay academic in sports and not get caught up? Because a lot of people that we grew up with, they got caught up. I mean, great athletes got caught up in the city. But how were y'all able to overcome those odds, being from Southwest?
Well, I mean, I'll start, and you know. It's just kudos to my parents, right? And that's just
big house
down. You know, it was an unfortunate rarity to have being a 2-parent household, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the ones that did. And there was an expectation, no matter where we lived. There was an expectation set inside the house on how things were going to be done and what was going to be priority and how you're going to move and how you were going to act. You know, and to be able to do that and to be of that, but there's still the opportunity to do something different is always there. Right. For sure. Right? Like it's just like you can have all the guidance you want, but still just the opportunity of being there. But you know, being like having that family structure there, but also having friends. I think about my close friends from those times, junior high and high school, who were also encouragers. You know, nobody was perfect, but you knew where to kind of draw the line, and we all kind of looked out for each other to be able to say, all right, like this is what we got to stay away from, and we can't do this, and we can't do that. And you know, we will, you know. We knew that, you know, because we've seen so much, right?
Yeah, and, you do. You see a lot. So fast.
We started first going to funerals in junior high, right?
Yeah, I mean, y'all was in the height of gang banging. I mean, the gang bang is a little bit Dunbar. Sure. Yes.
Right. So we knew and understood, and we'd had the visibility to that, and just knowing that there was an opportunity, you had to find a different way, and yes, you're not gonna have the money fast. No, you're not gonna have all of the clothes and the like. You know, you're gonna have no, you're not gonna have all that. But you're gonna you can get it later, right? And do it a different way. But yeah, big ups to my mom and my dad for that foundation. And then you know the friends that I had that you know we're all on the same page, trying to look out for each other, knowing that there was a lot of options. And you know,
what you Nick?
Absolutely. Gotta say this though. Shout out to absolutely house parents, because guess what? They weren't just mom and dad for you know, their own kids. Man, that was mom and dad, Candy Lady, Kool-Aid, everybody in the Wakefield area. Pretty much, hey, you could be down in mama house. Hey, she's gonna lift you up. Pop, hey, he's gonna lift you up. Matter of fact, Harrow, want to make sure, Harrow Drive.
Yeah.
Hey, kids will be leaving the Boys and Girls Club. and hey,
I'm in our house. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, the club would be closing, and that's what that's exactly. And so for that, they you talking about a rarity, man. They made sure that you felt community, and I'm grateful for that. I mean, hey, I'm grateful for hey, the community. Hey, the houses, man. Like when they moved, man, that was a blow. Hey, when you folks didn't talk crazy. They wasn't gonna be disrespectful. You wasn't gonna come sideways. You wasn't gonna do none of that in between those 6 houses right there on there, right there at that intersection. And so with that, the Boys and Girls Club and y'all, real deal. Hey, shout out to my mom, man. I'm grateful for my dad. Hey, while he was there, putting in the information, man, and making sure that we were equipped. But man, the accountability partners in my life, man, are the very faces that you see on the screen. Real deal. Like House said, hey, pretty much it's those brothers and those bonds that you. Man, I'm talking about being a linebacker and playing sports. Yeah, y'all over here and kicking with these dudes over here. Man, no, you ain't. You got practice. Hey, I ain't gonna go to practice today. I'm gonna go do this. Tell y'all this fun story. My senior year, so I used to be like, man, I ain't got to go to practice every day, man. I'd be tired. That was my 11th grade year. Coach Stanley pulled me into off-season, house shaking his head. I'm like, man, I ain't got to do this. I can miss Monday or Tuesday. Man, Coach Stanley said, hey, son, if you don't come to practice, I'll find somebody else to play. Even if it means I lose every game, I ain't going to play with you. I was like, man, when Mike Singletary said what he said to Vernon Davis,
man,
can't play with him. I feel like that was my experience right there, man. Coach Stanley looked at me and said, hey, if you ain't going to be at practice and you're going to be my senior, hey, you my linebacker. We set the tone. We set the standard. You're going to be at practice or you ain't going to be playing. You're going to be on the sideline. Yeah. It's that accountability, right? Yeah. You all were that for me, man. And so I'm hey, that Boys and Girls Club, man, pretty much Coach Anthony, Miss Felicia, all them, man. Hey, they were, hey, I even remember House coming up there to the Boys and Girls Club with his Letterman on. I was like, man, what's that? Hey, big time SEC footballer, man, student athlete, beasting it, coming up there talking to us, letting us know, hey, stick with it, make the right choices. And so I'm grateful for that. House, appreciate you, man. It was those things, safe havens and community that truly kept me from, and even those, man, hey, those cats that was up to no good, they were like, hey, all right, yeah, dude going to the NFL.
Yeah.
They were issuing passes. Hey, don't bother them. And so I'm grateful.
Yeah, before we get to college, man, what was some of y'all greatest licks y'all put on somebody in high school? Did you get a chance to get a lick on Said in high school, House? Did you get a chance to put the pads on him, man?
Yeah, it was when I was a senior, he was a junior. I did get a chance. It wasn't a good one though. I couldn't call it a good one. But I got him to the ground. They ended up that was a barn burner, and they, like my senior year, they ended up and it kind of still burns me up to this day. I took a wrong angle and lost contain. Ty Forte got to the outside, tossed touchdown pass. That still burned me up. Still, like to this day, I was like, I should have stayed outside, and maybe it would have been different. But who knows? Man, there was. I'm trying to think, man. There's been a couple of instances. Camden Fairview. I can't remember the running back's name, but I remember a couple of good ones that game there as well too. For me though, like as I got older, I got a little bit less concerned about making a big hit, and more concerned about, you know, how can I be in the right position, and then how can I get somebody to the ground? Because you know, that's all fine and dandy, but boy, like them headaches were no joke. Like I was like, I could like, let's just get them to the ground. Let's keep it moving.
For sure.
It starts turning into business decisions on how you operate.
Because you said you was 230 in high school, like in the night, by night, man.
I don't know why it just seemed like you were bigger than that.
You got NFL players that ain't even 230.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
What about you, D?
Hey man.
Because I know DP, he said he called you out, man. He said next time we're gonna get you caught him flipping, man. Knocked the helmet off.
Man, hey, believe it or not, man. Hey, I would love to take credit for that. That wasn't me, man. That wasn't me. DP, man, had somebody on his hip, hip or ankle. He's trying to, you know, hey, step through the hole, came through there quick.
You caught slipping. Yeah, you gotta go down.
Strong safety, bro. Man, Trey, I want to say Trey Sims, man. Came downhill, man, unlocked them hips, man, with that power clean, doc. Man, I was like, ooh wee. I was caught up in trash, man. He came and filled that gap, and that was him. And then for me though, man, hardest hit. Hey, this is gonna sound bad, man, because this was friendly fire. Man, we in practice, man. We in practice, and Madre.
Oh my God! Yeah,
man, that dude looked like he was chiseled.
Yeah,
man, Madre came running option, and he was like, "Man, ain't nobody finna hit me, man." He came running, and Coach Chambers had just chewed me out. I'm talking about, man, chewed me out because I shot the gap, and he was like, "No, you shuffle, then you scrape. Shuffle, scrape, shuffle." I was like, he said, "Can you get it?"
You puck on it.
I was like, "Yes, sir, I got it." He was gonna make sure the scout team ran this because the team we were playing against, this was their bread, this was their money maker.
Yeah.
We didn't watch film. This was the film. Rewind, play. So Madre like, all right, man, Nick gonna mess this up again. Oh no, Nick wasn't gonna mess this up again, man. He came running down, running like a gazelle up top. He was like, oh yeah,
like he Eric Dickinson or something. He was like man.
He was running wide open.
Yeah,
man, I scraped off, and when I scraped off, man, my helmet went under, like straight across his chest, and I caught him. His back touched the ground first.
Ooh.
His feet, man, I could hear Coach Chambers, and I knew he was coming. I could hear him. Now that's how you do it. Shuffle, scrape. Man, I was
with
like,
those shorts and that straw hat on. With those shorts and that straw.
Y'all, he picked me up off the ground, slapped me in my head, and gave me the flipper. That's what I'm talking about. And gave me his forearm. He said, "Now that's how you do it. You do it like that every time." Coach Stanley said, "Good job." I was like, man, what in the world? Madre got up off the ground. His chin strap was busted open. He said, "Hey, coach, I need another chin strap. Put that thing on." He said, "Let me know when Nick back out here again." He was like, "Man, y'all gotta let me know that." But that was like, man, the hardest hit I laid in high school, man. Okay. In practice, but in games, man, you would hit people real hard, but they wouldn't say nothing. But you could see them getting back up, going to the huddle. Like, man, what in the world? Peyton Hill.
You take a crack. You take a crack at Sean. Oh, go ahead with Peyton Hillis. I would say Sean Andrews too, but yeah.
Okay. Hey, Peyton Hillis, man, that dude was running that ball. But we had 11 guys that was gonna blow his behind up. Man, Peyton Hillis, no joke. caught him. He was one guy that you had to like really let you couldn't just like aim and
Yeah, that's a solid dude, man. He was a solid
you
dude.
had to make sure that you team tackle, gang tackle, and when you got him in that team around, you had to make sure you put it on him, right? His cousin, man, went to UCA. He said, "Hey, man, when we played against y'all, man, Conway played against McClellan. He said, man, Peyton was like, dude, I can't be going up against teams like this all the time. Never would say it openly, but man, that guy right there, man, you had to really put a shoulder pad on him to get him down to the ground. Sean Andrews, bro,
they're playing tight.
Hey, think about this. If you walk down the street and you saw a tiger just walking down the street, your brain don't kind of like it don't put into the reality of what you really like dealing with. I didn't think Sean Andrews was that nimble, had hands like that. I told Coach Chambers, I said, man, I'm gonna get pass interference all night. That guy come on my side. I triggered one time, and Sean Andrews was playing tight end, and they threw him the ball, y'all. House, you know what I did? I said, I'm running with everything I got, man. I'm going to hit dude before he get the ball and see what the referees say, man. But I don't want this guy to catch the ball and turn it north and south because it wasn't going to be good. It wasn't going to be good. Well, I made contact with him, man, and he dropped the ball. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. They ain't going to come back with the tight end dunk. Last play here, Fayetteville. Razorback football camp. We in shells, helmet and shoulder pads and shorts. There's a guy that looked like he's from Nebraska Cornhuskers. Man, he had this helmet. It was me. Check this out. Me, Ron Hendricks.
Oh, wow.
All right, Ron Hendricks. And I want to say it was the Little Rock crew of linebackers, man. Dude, me and Ron, we out there. I'm playing middle. This fullback comes straight at me head on. Deadpool in the backfield. All right. Man, I hit that fullback smack dab in the mouth and his knees buckled. Coaches and everything out there went completely nuts. One was excited. The other was like, man, y'all can't be hitting that hard. Y'all can't be hitting that hard out here. The other was like, hey, that's what we talking about. I was like, man, we out here running pass scale house, and they run the football. They like, hey, we gonna hand this ball off and see what happens. I'm like, no, hey, we ready for that too. But those are some of the, man, hardest hits, man, I had in high school.
Yeah. So we're thinking about house. Now we go to your McClellan career done, and you going to college, right? What was that transition like going from high school Southwest to playing football in Fayetteville? The size and the speed too.
Oh, it was humbling. It was humbling. It was a humbling experience, right? You think you might, the moment you feel like you feeling yourself, then you realize that it's levels to it, and just the pace, the expectations, the rigor that's to it, right? We tried to do like 2-a-days in high school, but 2-a-days in college is, that's it. It takes it's an all day affair, and it takes a little bit. Because I remember, because I told you I was about 230 when I got there. Yeah. I was about 220, 223 at the end of fall camp, right? Because it just takes something out of you, right? Yeah. But it was a humbling experience just to see. In high school, you would, on a rarity, you would see, upper echelon athletes, right, people that are extremely skilled, and just you get to the college level, and it's just across the board, right? How much, how good, and how the volume of that many good players, and the level of competition that's there day in, day out in practice. It's a high level. And it was tough, right? And like I essentially, my red shirt in my first year, and I didn't play my second year, right? So it was essentially like 2 red shirts. But it was interesting because, like, my perspective now, those things happen today, right? you got the transfer portal, you got all these things, and so everybody looks for a way out. But for me, my mindset was, all right, I need to be different, right? Like that's the only way this is going to work out. So, Nick mentioned the weight room. Like I had to fall in love with it. Like I had to, you kind of had to marry up to it for anything to work out the way that it's supposed to, if you want to find your way to be able to compete. Like I had to change my body, be a different person, fall in love with the weight room. You had to, you had to be a student of the game, and understanding the intricacies of watching film and understanding tendencies, really being a student of it and studying it. And on top of all that, you still had to take care of business in the classroom, because the quickest way guys were getting walked off the fields because they wasn't eligible. Right? They weren't getting things done. So, you have to combine all those things at a certain, in order for there to, for you to be able to have the opportunity to do it. But, humbling is a humbling experience, but it's definitely worthwhile. And I've already said it once, but if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. So those are the things that you find out quick, fast, and in a hurry, and very often when you make.
One thing, my wife went there for a little bit when she graduated, but she told me, she said, even in Fayetteville, when you go to the cafeteria, totally different. It's like eating at McClellan. He said, you got to watch that, because you would gain 20 pounds so quick.
Oh yeah. A lot of options and make a lot of decisions.
And I know they had y'all. They have like a meal plan right in college that y'all got to eat so many calories, right? And they tracking it and everything. That's what DP was saying. Like they tracking everything.
So that didn't come along until I got older, right? My first few years there was part of, if you remember the legislation that cut out a lot of athlete specific, at the time, cut out a lot of athlete specific benefits to even things out. You think about 98, 99, that's when they were first started. So there were no more athletic dorms. There weren't anything specific. They kind of rolled you in. It's just within the last 10 years that they've kind of made some concessions and done things differently from a student athlete perspective, and the access that's there. We was on 10 meals a week when I first got there. That was our plan, and so we would hold on to per diem money on the weekends to be able to try to make sure we ate, on those on those road trips. Obviously it's different now, but you had to make it work. Have a couple dollars and make it stretch, and you find all these campus specials and how you can eat, right? So but obviously the investment that they've made and knowing, understanding the impact of nutrition to the whole body and the performance of the student athlete. That's why things have obviously changed now. But for us, it was I'm a bit older.
So get it. Time. How you live, yes, sir. What about you,
I'm
Nick?
curious about your choice. How did you choose which college you were going to?
So I ended up narrowing it down to 4 schools when I had to make the decision. Outside of Arkansas, it was Rice University in Houston. It was, Oklahoma State, and then it was Ole Miss. What it came down to, ultimately coming in the decision, my family's comfort level with the university and with the coaching staff, and then Arkansas allowed me the opportunity to be far enough to be away from home, to be gone, but also close enough to where my parents could still, and my brothers
come to the games.
They still attend games, and at that time, during the years I was there, we were still playing 2 games in Little Rock. So that was a real big plus for me. Rice was a strong contender though, because who was the coach was Coach Hatfield, Coach Ken Hatfield, who was with Arkansas for a while. He was the head coach down there. And my mom loved Coach Hatfield. My mom loved Coach Hatfield. He was a great guy. He ended up coming back here to do some stuff about foundation work, but he was a great guy, ran a very clean program, and Rice was a prestigious academic institution as well, too.
For sure.
And then Oklahoma State, the head coach at the time would not come to our house to visit us unless I committed. And that was just kind of the rule that he had. My mom was like, like everybody else coming here to talk, you see the consistency of making sure mom was right with it. Like,
for sure.
That was a big portion of it. And then now Ole Miss, the coach was what's his name? He's a politician now because he went to Auburn afterwards. I forgot his name.
Wasn't Tommy Tuberville?
Oh yeah, Tommy Tuberville. Yeah, and my parents, he sold it. Well, he was a recruiter.
Oh yeah, he was finesse. He could talk the game for sure. Be a politician.
Everything you wanted to hear in that living room, and that's like he was the only one that did that, and so he knew how to separate himself. But when Coach Nutt came and he's just like, "Hey, I'm gonna pay for your school. I'm gonna give every opportunity I can to,
Houston Nutt got some. Houston Nutt can sell a dream.
Yeah, but he was straight up though, right? He's like, we'll pay for your school and give you every opportunity to try to be successful. I couldn't ask much more than that, and so there was a level of comfort there. Him being from Little Rock as well too, so that's how I landed.
So what did recruiters say when they saw your pops? Like when they walk in, they never seen your pops. They walk in to see big house. They was we got to get this dude. His genetic, we got to go ahead and get this dude.
Yeah, he was an imposing figure to say the least. But if you know my dad, he would rather be known for his intellect than anything else physical that was around there as well too. So so they knew that the conversation would have to change. As it progressed, and it was more than just the game. It was, the type of culture that they were building. How foundational they want things to be, and then how I'd be part of it. Those type of questions they were asking. They had to do that.
For sure. I remember Michael Irvin. He was saying Jerome Brown when they came to recruit him. His dad said the car was falling off the jack, and he said, "Jerome, come get this car." And they see Jerome come lift up the car. That's we signed a dude to Miami right now. Go ahead, sign him right now.
Yeah.
Nick, what about you though, bro?
Oh man, hey, real quick
though. Joining the road to college.
Right. So we'll hit on that. Hey, for everybody though, we're talking about for House, a SEC school.
Yeah, for sure.
And House make it seem easy, just how he's putting it together. But to put that in context, going up to the Fayetteville, when they talk about football being work, hey, UCA, it was work, but man, that conference is something totally different.
Oh man,
than SEC football. And I'm not, throwing, shade on nobody. But at the same time, what I am saying is that everything that he just laid out, when you look at what he was talking about in the weight room, having to, go from the dorm to the field house, hey, that ain't just no walk in the park and then back, and then you still got to get your studies, you still got to get the class, you still got to get all of that. And coach, they'll be standing there. Some of them, like you got to be eligible. It ain't like in high school. Hey, we got probation. No, you there for academics first, student athlete. And so, but for me, it's a whole different ball game, man. I actually I walked on to UCA. For me, Leroy, he was at UCA. Scooter was looking at, I want to say it was OBU. Eric, definitely went to Jackson State. And for me, I was like, okay, Nick, you got to go to school because, hey, you got to get the education. Now, I went to Pulaski Tech because I was like, hey, no offers, no nothing. We going to make sure we get, locked in that way. And pretty much, straight up, man, hey, Boys and Girls Club, talk with Bud Whetstone, shout out to him. He basically, man, sat down with Coach Rip, and Big Keith Jackson. They all sat down. Man, hey, Park, man, basically sat down and they said, hey, you still want to try to play some football? I was like, man, hey, I'm fair game said, hey, have you thought about Henderson State or UCA? And Dude Dirty, Anthony Perry, he was at OBU, him and Scooter. And I was like, you know what? I could go down there and just play across the street. And I was like, man, who at Henderson State? Wasn't nobody there. Leroy called me. And he said, hey, man, you need to come on down here to UCA, man. I was like, he said, hey, that's where I'm at. Scooter. He said, Scooter got Do Dirty, Anthony. He said, man, I ain't got nobody up here. Come on up here with your boy. And so, man, talked to them, and they said, hey, that's a good school. Yep, go ahead and go. Walk on. Man, Coach Rip knew everybody. He knew Coach Kunk. Man, called Coach Kunk, man, and pretty much he was like, hey, this one of my athletes. Pretty much make sure he's taken care of. And so walked on to man UCA, and Coach Briscoe was our strength and conditioning coach.
Boy,
and man,
he's still doing it too. At Kent State, yeah, he's still shout out to Briscoe.
hey, walking on that whole experience.
Get up, get there.
I understood that there was a guy named, he was middle linebacker. So man, hey, dude name was Isom Jones. Bruh, 6'3", 245, ran like a 4'7", man, 4'6". Leroy was telling me about these folks, but I'm like, man, hold up. That dude played middle linebacker from Texas. Hey, House, reminded me of Quentin Caver, bro. Mm-hmm. I was like, hold up. But this dude didn't have it all there. Man, this dude was hitting folks, man. I'm like, what in the world? I recognized real quick, there was a guy named Joe Walker. He played fullback. Joe's like 37. I'm probably over exaggerating there, man. But Joe was, man, he was like, dude, late 20s, early 30s. Dude had this grown man strength. So you out there with these cats, man, that's like, hey, 23, 24. Man, this dude, grown man, had life behind him. Man, this dude, every game would like bust his nose because his helmet and all this kind of stuff, man. Like he just running the walls. Well, he ran into Isom Jones and his knees buckled. Like folks didn't like the headaches that Joe Walker would issue out, but Isom Jones was like, yeah, partner, I'm gonna make your knees buckle. Yeah. I recognize right then and there this level of contact and Oklahoma drills and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, man, these grown men. It was a whole different ball game, just that transition into, man, hey, going from playing linebacker to being, DN in college. And then what really changed the game is when Faquan Harris came from Fayetteville to UCA. That dude brought that SEC mentality and everything. Like that guy was a whole. Hey, y'all, he came into the locker room with his helmet on. We had a team meeting, and we was getting ready to, they go out and tap, hey, full pass. House, man, he came in the locker room, had his visor and his helmet. had his helmet on, tinted out visor, and he told all the offensive folks, get on the other side of the room. It ain't no friends in here. Get on the other side of the room. Hey, I'm sitting here like, is this how we really do this? Like we talking about the transition, right? I'm like, man, hold up. This and coach and them didn't say nothing. Offensive coaches, man, was like, oh yeah, we finna go live today. This is finna set the tone. It showed me with those upperclassmen, man, that it was a whole different business to this college football thing. And I recognized they started talking about plays.
Yeah. When
they started talking about, hey, man, this guy right here can get around this many plays, and you had to come in and watch film. You had to find that time. When House is talking about being a student of the game,
yeah,
you're talking about a whole nother level of do I go, hey, talk to my friends in the calf, or do I go get some time in the film room? Right. That time in the film room during my class schedule, hey, I got an hour or 30-minute, 45-minute block right here. Okay, I maybe can't catch film, but hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to snatch me up a snack, and hey, I'm going to look at this playbook. If you are out there in practice and you start messing up, it ain't I'm going to keep you in. We're going to get the next man ready. Like that level of business and speed, it has to be second nature. You have to see stuff happen before it happens. Watching those guys in college and how strong, brother, I recognize, hey, how said fall in love with the weight room, man, you recognize that, hey, you can have gift and talent, but man, if you can't last because you out there banged up, you ain't gonna move that quick. If your gender, hey, a little timid because, hey, man, my shoulder hurting, you'll get embarrassed. Business decisions. So, yeah, man, it was pretty amazing. Hey, I redshirted. I was on the Kodak team. You know, hey, identifying, man, played against Zach Clark. Man, that dude could throw a football. Nate Brown, who's currently the head coach. Mike Norvell. That dude was a wide receiver. I'm looking at these cats like, man, what? And so, yeah, man, it was pretty cool.
So when y'all was in college, this is a wild card question, when did the academic and the network, like building relationships, when did that start to really, like, when did that start thinking about that? Like, okay, I may not, like, pro may not be the number one option, but I really need to go ahead and get my academics. Like, because I know from the inner city, sometimes academics don't really be on kids' mind. They don't realize, like, that's really a way out, like in a more suitable way. But when did that hit y'all, like the relationships y'all build in college and that academic aspect, like actually getting a quality education?
Yeah, I think for me, it probably around my junior year is when the lights started to come on quite a bit. Because at that point, a few years in, you started seeing guys that, there was in a part of my recruiting class, there was 30 of us total.
Come on.
Wow.
And then there was, by the time it got to my senior year, I remember us taking the picture. There was only 6 of us left.
Wow.
And there was just a myriad of reasons that, that came to it, whether it be injuries or, academics, or just some guys chose to leave because they weren't getting the playing time they thought that they would and wanted a better opportunity, or just all these different things that could come about. But there's so much that can hinder you from actually being successful at the game that you really have to figure out that, all right, I got to find something else that has to be a fallback, or even just the first thing, right? And so I realized then that, being able to connect, I had to find an identity outside of the game.
Yes, sir.
And then with that, you also had to find a circle of people in support also outside of the game, right? Because it was kind of like two different, like I had guys I knew only because of football. I had people I knew that only because of the classes that I've taken, and people that had the same major that I did, and were kind of interested in the same things, and knowing and understanding that you had to make it, and even still, even through that, even if you do all those things right, there's still a level of difficulty because it's a different level of competition that you have to kind of get through, not only athletically but also professionally. So around about then, that's when it really started coming in. And knew you had to do things a bit different to help prepare yourself for life after the game.
How did you choose your major?
So originally going into college, I was a mechanical engineering major.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, here's the reason why. The only reason why I was a mechanical engineering major is because, shout out to Ms. Isom, who was the counselor back then.
Shout out.
She was like, maybe you've got good math scores, you do well in math class. Maybe engineering should be something that you should think about and take a look at. And that's what her thought. Her suggestion was take a look at it. So for me, I just made easy choices. Like, I'm gonna be an engineer, right? Yeah. And what I did is that, along with going my senior year, along with going to McClellan, I also went to Metro too. So I did my time at Metro. Sure. And so while I was at Metro, I studied computer-aided drafting and design, right? So I could go work for an engineering company. So just kind of this is what I say I'm gonna do anyway. So I might as well see it. And so going into getting that opportunity, I learned, and I got a job with an engineering firm. It was just, they would keep me around. It was just a thing.
Oh, just internship,
yeah. But being able to experience that and being able to see that, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that what they did, I did not want to do. I did not.
For sure. Early exposure is awesome. Yeah, early exposure, awesome.
But those are the advantage. That's an advantage of exposure, and to try something out, you can decide whether or not it's really something that you want to do. But what I did realize is that I liked working on the computer, right? and being able to look and make things happen with the computer. And so I changed my major, finishing in computer information systems. That was my major, and that was my undergraduate. That's how I landed there, and it was kind of it was all up from there. Made the best decision I could make there.
Yes, sir.
I think the experience is very important, and that you tell us that, and you tell the kids or the youth, you don't know until you know.
Yeah,
you thought engineering, then you look, and he said that's not for me. Identifying that and making your decision, that was very intelligent.
Yeah,
but the key thing for the youth to know, he was doing something, not nothing though. That's the difference.
Yeah, and that's the rule. I mean, that's the rule. That was rule in my house, is rule in our house now. It doesn't matter what you do. Just do something. You just can't do nothing. Right? Doing nothing gets you nowhere. And doing something will get you somewhere. It may not be the place you want to be, but get somewhere and then figure out how you can change and do something different to get you in a different place.
What about you, Nick?
Relationship. So pretty much knowing coming in, hey, getting there, Leroy definitely helped me navigate campus. But man, when I started to see Dodge Vipers in the parking lot, and you seeing cats that's talking about spring break and they're going to Florida for spring break, I'm like, man, I'm going home. I'm like, I was curious, hey, I'm a curious guy, but curiosity was like, all right, so where do you stay? And you got cats moving around like that. When I first got there, and you see a cat 21, 23 driving a Dodge Viper, you kind of like, all right, man, who's dude parents? Oh man, this is my car. You recognize, for me, coming out of Southwest Little Rock, I'm looking like, hold up. What do they do for a living? Because ain't nobody in Westgate Apartments driving no Dodge Viper. Wait, driving the Dodge Viper around. So immediately I was like, okay, you definitely got to kind of get to know who these folks are and what they're doing. What's your major? I was in a business school, and a lot of that, you start recognizing like young folks, they'll level up. These people are on a whole different level. And I want to say it was probably around my junior year, end of my sophomore year, that it got real. Football immediately, sophomore, junior year. Football came to a real hard end for me. Whole situation, man, that probably have taken like a whole 2 hours to try to explain. But I end up letting football go. And best decision I ever could have made in my life. To House's point, we were rolling through, I want to say, for my incoming class plus walk-ons, they had like, man, 30, 40 guys, man, hey, come in on some kind of form of a scholarship. I ended up getting like a book voucher that Coach Nim said was a, scholarship and everything. But I do want to say this to, just the audience. Head football coaches control three things: your scholarship, your playing time, all right, unless you getting out on the field. And that third thing, man, when you start to think about scholarship, playing time, hey, if you at any school, your scholarship and your playing time gonna determine your TV time. All right. When you start thinking about getting out there, hey, NIL, hey, this is a whole different level. Now, But those three things, when we was coming through school, man, that coach, man, hey, Coach Kunk made sure he let folks know, use me up, because once I'm done with you, it's a business decision. Man, he tell students real quick, you make the wrong business decision, you're gonna be on the first thing smoking up out of here. I got your bus ticket waiting on you. And so for me, I recognize, even from just being that walk-on guy, that hey, you gotta make sure. And coming out of McClellan, business magnet, knew I was gonna do business. I was really kind of locked up in that MIS, management information systems. Hey, house for me, it was taking that computer programming language course. I was like, this a whole different level. End up switching straight over to, man, hey, risk management, insurance management, and that ended up being my space. And with that, I recognize that your football brothers, a lot of those guys, man, talked about coaching, but they were majoring too. Best networking experience was, hey, my dorm roommates, guy named J-Pack and a guy named Davis Duong. They were studying one day. I walk into the apartment. Man, my guy's studying. He got a PCAT book. I'm like, man, what PCAT? What's that? I'm like, man, and Davis. I mean, they're sophomores, man. I'm like, he got an MCAT book. I'm like, man, what y'all cats doing studying about cats?
Man, boy.
And not knowing at the time that, hey, in order to be a doctor or a pharmacist, you got to study that test. And so he was like, hey, man, this is the pharmacy college admissions test. We're studying for this. He said, I'm studying for this. JPAC, man, he explains to me that, hey, I'm going to be a pharmacist. Davis tells me, hey, man, I'm going to med school. Right then and there, I was like, hold up. So you're going to be a doctor? You're going to be a pharmacist? I'm like, whoa. It got real because that semester I was taking physics. And I mess around and I get a D on my first test. And I come into the apartment, man, like, dude, Coach Neal finna run me, man. I'm going to end up getting kicked off the team. And Davis is sitting in the living room. No, he's sitting at the kitchen table drinking some green tea. And I'm like, man, in a coffee cup. And so I'm like, man, I got this D on this test. And he says to me, hey, what course is it? Tell him it's physics. He says, hey, after football practice, if you're willing to spend, man, 30, 40 minutes with me, he said, man, I'll tutor you. Now, I'm like, man, he going to help me with physics. Talking about building your network.
Yeah.
He said, after practice, man, get you something to eat. Hey, let's set this time, man, to be, hey, 7 o'clock. He said, man, 7 o'clock, man, every day. He said, man, hey, we'll be at the apartment. So, hey, let's go ahead and be about it.
So
it was that accountability and that commitment, man. I passed that class with a B. Every day, Davis had a whiteboard sitting at the table with his green tea. And he was like, hey, man, let's go. And he broke it down. To this day, Doc, hey, like my brother, man, hey, like y'all, hey, I can call him right now, man. He sends me pictures of his family. Send him, man, hey, and we talk, man. At least, man, hey, once every 2 months. And so it's that you're able to build those relationships and that network, and so that's kind of when it rolled off for me.
Big house, man. You say you near the end of college, right? You in senior year, so let people know like how how were you able to try to fill out that dream of going pro, man? Like how tough was it? Like them NFL workouts and stuff, they trying to pull you in. Like, was it pretty crazy process?
Yeah, it was for every level, there's something that's changes and something that's different. And there was no difference there as well, too, going through the process, training specifically, right? At this point, once you talk to pro ball, it really becomes your occupation. Sport becomes your occupation.
Wow. Yeah.
And so just how you would on your normal job, going at 7:38, coming at 4:35, that's exactly what it is. And that's how it consumes you. And so you prep yourself going. And I remember kind of leading into it, I played in one kind of showcase all-star game, Florida versus US. After my senior year, went to the combine and didn't do well. It was just okay, right? But was able to improve on numbers on the during my pro day. It's a lot of pressure. Wasn't really sure kind of how it was going to go.
Sure.
But you realize quick, fast, in a hurry that it all becomes about business. And so I knew kind of going into the draft, probably late round of free agent, undrafted free agent was kind of the path it was going to be. But honestly, for me, it was probably a better situation for me to go as an undrafted free agent, which I did, to Atlanta, because if you are drafted, you don't have a choice. And then however it goes. But once you get into the undrafted free agent space, which there's not that big of a difference as far as money is concerned, because it's not a lot of money at that point. But also you're able to kind of be selective on the best situation. And I landed in Atlanta because my college position coach had left and was coaching in Atlanta. So that's how that was kind of the push to make the decision to go to Atlanta, and getting there, and you're there essentially just a week after, the draft, and you start going through early mini camps, and like even the mini camp, like it becomes a jolt to the system, because it is a whole weekend, 4 days of just nothing but football, right? And you get introduced, and just like it is levels, right? So that at that point, I was in Atlanta the same time, so that would have been Mike Vick's second or third year, seeing the type of the levels of athletes and things like that. Patrick Kearney, I was defensive line. Patrick Kearney was a star defensive end. He was a couple-time Pro Bowler as well too, and just to see just the commitment that has to be made, right? These are guys that commit, they commit tens and thousands of dollars to their body, to staying in shape and to eating right and to training. And it's just, you start seeing things very, very, very differently, right? And you realize and understand that it's a business, and you have to add value to that business in order to be viable, to be part of it.
They go from dream to reality real quick. For sure.
So it was, but it was definitely a shift, because you knew and you kind of understood that things would be different. But I was fortunate enough to be there and have an opportunity. Made it through to the final cut, was released, and then re-signed to the practice squad. Spent the vast majority of my rookie year on the practice squad until I made the roster at the end of my rookie year.
Were you able to see Michael Vick play in some games?
So if you thinking back to that year, Mike broke his leg in preseason that season.
I want to say what their 4.2 speed look like, because I know that's fast.
Yeah. But he healed pretty quickly, and then just even trying to be like, he at any given point in time during those periods, he was the fastest player on the field regardless of position. And it didn't matter, and it wasn't. And I'm talking about, it wasn't close. Like, you wasn't like it was definitely different to see it, but you would see instances and anomalies like that from an athletic perspective. Like, everybody was really good in college. Everybody, was, if you think, reach back to their high school days, all these guys were all state, all American, all stars, all those things. And it's just all the way through there. But even seeing the differentiation in how they took to the game and how they would study, right? I mean, because again, it's an all-day affair. You think about breakfast and morning meetings and special teams meetings, breaking, workouts, breaking for lunch, prep for the afternoon practices, and post.
Some kids don't know about.
You
see highlight films.
It's so much, just that goes into it. It definitely becomes a sacrifice, and it can take a toll, because it is a full-time job. It's a full-time job.
Nuance, baby. It's nuance.
You got any questions about the pro ball before we go into the career? You got any questions?
what I want to, because I guess this is my question. When you sit back and look at it, House, because what you just explained, the nuances of professional ball, breaking it down. So this is my question. What time in the day do you get off? It's like, I know you got to go home and probably look at film and do that kind of stuff, but officially leaving, the office, if you will, kind of how, what time would that have been?
Yeah, we would leave. I lived in an apartment with a couple of several other handful of rookies. It was kind of within driving distance. Yeah. We would carpool. We leave about 7:15 in the morning. Make our way up 85 North, and we would probably get out of there about. We'd probably get back to during you're talking in season on a work day. It's probably 5:30 or 6 when we get back. So it's just like you would. Like a normal work day, but it's just that becomes your work, and that's what you do throughout the entire set of the day.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing because even when you get to the house, there's still things that you can probably, all right, I take my mind off of it for a minute, but some stuff I need to clean up, man. Watch some film, kind of hone in the craft. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And this is before iPads and stuff, guys. Social media, so you got to realize that he's doing this free iPad. Where you got an iPad with you everywhere? Nah, this is before that.
The playbook. This was our defensive playbook too. Our defensive playbook looked like the old school small phone book, because they printed out. It was not the huge one, not the whole yellow paper, smaller one. That's what it would be like. I mean, and you just had to know it. You had to understand the system. Sometimes, you would in high school, even in college, there would be some connectivity to the play that's called, and then how that translates to use that system. But in pro, you just had to know it. There's just no rhyme or reason. I thought I was a good student in the game till I got there, and you had to be something totally different. You just had to know it. You just had to know it. It was unbelievable.
You play for them exotic. You play for an exotic defense. You better go to Tampa, so they run that cover 2. Now you got to know all these different versions of cover 2.
And this is coming from a computer major,
Yes. That's correct. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's like nothing you'd ever seen. And that was the defense. The offensive playbook was worse.
I can only imagine.
I was just the defensive playbook. The offensive playbook was really the phone pages. Yeah.
I got one more question because this is awesome. When you look at quarterbacks, they have to call these long plays. Defensively, do they have just as long as plays like offense do?
Close to it, but offense is close to it because offense is a lot different. It's a lot different because of the intricacies of how many different. Because you got a lot more movement. Because often the way I talk to it, offense is constructive, right? You got to have 11 people all on the same page for it to work. Defense is destructive. It's disruptive, right?
Yes,
you're really there to mess up what an offense is trying to do. Yes. And so because of that, defensively, there are instances where it's not as bad, and you can kind of cover things up, right? You can have one or two guys do things the right way, and then you're okay on defense.
Right.
But in offense, if you have one or two guys that do the wrong thing, it's totally off. So that's something that conceptually understanding the game that you really start figuring out pretty fast, and knowing that and what you're doing and understanding how your role is and making things work.
House, you just said something for me over here. I just got through the roof excited. And that is on that defensive side of the ball, depending on how the scheme flows, whether it's going through the, things kind of funnel into the Mike linebacker, up to that, that free safety. Think about the, defense, Steelers defense with Troy Polamalu, him being the kind of free roamer, and how you can actually set up a defense so that things flow in that direction, and you, like you said, move one or two players. That's amazing how technical you can get. Set everybody else up. Hey, they take that on. Take your athlete, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, and pretty much, man, they do some things. That's awesome.
Yeah. So when was the point when you was in the pro, you're like, you know what? I don't think I'm finna just go ahead and go back to computer system. That's this. I think I want to do this. Like when did you get to that point? You're like, you know what, this.
So I tell you, for me, it's pretty simple. I was in Atlanta, got through my rookie year, spent the entire offseason in Atlanta, stayed there, trained, and then got into camp my second year, made it to the final cut of my second during my second year, was released. And then at that point, I had a couple of options. It was either to at that point, this is when arena football just started picking back up. And so then they were paying pretty decent money. And there was a team there that Arthur Blank owned that was also in Atlanta, the Georgia Force. And so the option, that was an immediate option, is that, hey, you can go and do this, or you can go to Canada, right? And play in the CFL. And at the time, when I was thinking that I wanted to keep playing and try to, make this as a more of a stopover to keep playing, I decided to go to Atlanta. So I played for the Ottawa Renegades during my second year. So played there in the Ottawa Renegades, finished that season out that November, go back to Atlanta in December, and then I decided to move back here to Arkansas in Fayetteville at the time. And so during that late winter, early spring period is the same year that I got married, the same period that my oldest son was being born. And so all the while this is happening, my wife's expecting, and I'm still in a contract to go back.
I know, right?
And so a part of me was thinking, I was like, oh, I can go up here, I can, make a good sum of money in a short period of time, send money home, take care of things, do all that. And then the GM was talking to me, and he was talking about, like, hey, yes, like when your wife is this, when your wife gets closer to expecting, we can fly you down and all that. And then I realized in that moment, I was like, I don't want to be gone for any of this. Like, I don't want to miss any of it. I mean, like, because I know now my job and my purpose, I'm better served being physically here with my wife, right? My wife's from Chicago. We didn't have any family there necessarily there in Northwest Arkansas. And I was like, this is where I need to be. So that's when I let them know that I wasn't going to come back, and that was going to be it, And they kind of left the door open for a year or so afterwards, just if I want to come back. But at that point, I didn't want to miss anything, and I wanted to be here. So, and that's when that same year is also when I first started, with the company I'm in now with Tyson Foods. So.
It's cool, man.
I was about to say, how old were you when you was like, I got to make a grown man decision?
Yeah. At that point, you got to figure I was 24 at that point, 24 years old at that point. And that's when it's like it was. And I look back on it, it's interesting too, because my wife, she'll ask that every once in a while. She's like, do you regret, not keeping going? I was like, I wouldn't do it differently, not at all. Right.
Body feel good. You said your body feel good. You got away with the joint. I don't want to go back to it.
No, I wouldn't, because it's only the toll and it's only the sacrifice that you make for the game at that point going forward. When you play at that level, and what the game demands of you, and then how that can create an imbalance from a family perspective. They've gotten better, and guys are able to keep that, but you have to do it at a high level and really have the income to help support everything else. Because most of the rest of the guys, just coming in and just barely making it, fringe players like I was barely making the team. It's like hit and miss. You're not sure if you're going to have a job or not. When you think family, you want to create some stability. And
I'm going to say this to all our spouses, man. We appreciate our spouses, man, for giving us the time to make content. Because I know my wife, I'll be back here all the time making content. So, man, appreciate all the spouses for supporting us, man, and making content. Because, like I said, it takes time. It's not as easy. So a lot of people think it's easy, but it's not, because you're trying to be a husband, you're trying to take care of the kids, you're trying to do this stuff. But
absolutely.
And before we get off, like, how do you think that people probably don't realize, like, the competition and the consistency of sports, how it translates to life? It's like how you working in Tyson, like how you can translate those skills over as far as being consistent, being punctual, being on time, being able to get through those things you don't know because you in competition. You get the plays you don't know, then you kind of figure it out.
Well, you've highlighted a lot of those right there right off the gate, right? Just the focus and the attention to detail you have to be successful, the competitiveness and the drive to keep going and to push through, understanding when there's difficult situations and that like, especially in the working world, you don't have a choice. It's not the time to fold like the rents do. So like you got to show up and get it done.
100%.
But being able to know and understand discipline, being coachable, right, and being able to take coaching and understanding that feedback to be able to make you better, right? Because I even do it now. Like there's certain spaces I'm in, and I can obviously see people that have never been coached before. From any standpoint, and how that impacts how they're able to take feedback and further improve themselves and kind of keep it together, especially when there's a pressure situation and something has to be done. All of those things that equate, just being a good teammate, and understanding how to do your part, understanding your role and staying within that role and trusting other people to do what they have to do. All of those things we learn from the game and we learn from the field, but it becomes completely transferable to the working world. And these are lessons that I've held on to, for years now, right? It's been a couple of decades plus since I've been on the field, but knowing and understanding, thinking back to those things and how important they are to what I do on a daily basis now.
For sure.
Winners do what losers don't want to do. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So before we get ready to go ahead, Pierre, go ahead.
Yeah, I got a quick question because I ain't want to just glaze over it. I know you said you played ball in junior high, didn't you?
I did.
Play basketball.
Yes, I did.
I know. Sorry you had to lose to Henderson like that, but
yeah. I remember.
You didn't play for McClellan, or why didn't you play, or did you play?
I did.
Okay.
I played basketball at McClellan as well too, but I only played my sophomore and my senior year. So my junior year, I decided not to play, and we actually did. At that time, they still did it. We actually had competitive weightlifting, and so I actually did that in the off season. Then, and I did that. I actually did that for 2 years before my sophomore and my junior year. But I just did it alongside with playing basketball 1 year, and I just totally committed to it going into my junior year. And that back then, that's what we did, and I actually won. I won state for lifting going from my junior year going into my senior year. So, so that was and that was probably a bit for me because I didn't do that. I didn't play summer ball or anything like that going into my junior. Like I just committed to just doing that. Which was different, but probably worthwhile going into my senior year, just having that focus and being able to lock in on just that game.
I think he might be the first. I think he might be the first person, Coach Gunn, ever let him play 2 sports, man.
Are you gonna tell Raymond House no? He's 230, like double your size. You gonna tell him what he can't do, man?
He's the first and last person he let play.
State champion weightlifter.
Yeah, exactly. What you about to say, Nick?
No, I was just going to ask this. Hey, House, as it relates to NFL, right? Are you still connected to any of those guys that with the Falcons or anybody?
Yeah, absolutely. There's several guys that I was in camp with and that were roommates during, doing 2 days and all that I still keep up with right now. They're a central core, and they're like brothers to me. Like just being able to keep that connection with several of them. So yeah. John, my guy John Lewis played at Oklahoma State. I still talk to him about every week. He's in Kansas. He's in the Kansas City area now. But several of those guys, I still keep up with to this day. Those extended, lifelong friendships you create, in your those formative years in college and just right after.
Yeah.
So
you got any questions? Go ahead.
Your network equals and identifies your net worth. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got any questions for us, Big House? Before we get ready to wrap it up, you got any questions?
I guess the main question: what was the motivation for you guys to start this particular platform and be able to start creating these conversations? I love it. And obviously, I'm humbled to be part of it. But what was the driving factor behind starting what you're doing now?
So we have two different podcasts. We got the Thinking Game, where this one where I try to really talk to the youth about dealing with like adult issues. It's not like athletes. Just how to think through like being responsible, understanding like the economy, like why you got to work, why you need to be responsible, and how it looks. Like when kids say, "I want to live on my own, I'm grown." What does that look like? How much does that cost? You know what I'm saying? Then with the sports, I always watched sports growing up. You watch sports analysts and stuff, and I was like, why we can't just talk about sports? Why we can't talk about people from our city? That we watched growing up and we knew, hear about it. So like say like you, Andre, Rod, all them, we grew up in because you don't really hear people talking about Little Rock local stuff like that. And me and Pill and John, we played around with it, and it was just happened. Like, man, I was just saying online, we just got to reach out and just start talking because I got to get out of this shell, kind of to play with the introverted shell a little bit. I only fool with like people that's my homies and stuff, but I got to come out of there because, like I said, I'm like you. I went to school later in my 20s, but I went to school for computers and stuff too, like IT. End up going, later might get the 4 year in like web development, but I didn't work on just about every level of IT, so I can understand how to try to make all this stuff work. I'm not afraid. Like, I don't know, you in computer science, you can't be afraid to fail. You just got to put stuff together and figure it out. So last year we was talking about it. It's just trying to reach out to people and get the times to line up. And like I said, that's why I say thanks God to our spouses, our wives, because I was telling my wife when we do this, like, you got to be ready for when the time comes because you don't know when everybody's scheduled. But when we did it, I think it was in January, February, we just started saying, and Ty Forte, man, shout out to him. He reached out first, and it just started from there. Yeah, shout out to Ty, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to, when his weather get right, I'm gonna try to go down there and see him in the E, man. He's coaching at Episcopal now. That's a nice campus.
He is. That's great.
Yeah, we want to give our legends flowers while they're still alive, man. We don't want to wait till get older, like Earl Campbell, and time to give flowers. Oh, why you healthy, man? Tell you, man, we love you, man, from Southwest, man. We love our city, man. I still live in Southwest, so love our city, man. And that's why we did, because we want to highlight the people that we seen growing up. Let these kids know that y'all got people that started this before y'all. They laid the groundwork for y'all to move off of,
Yeah.
And they're still here, and they're still working. The success looks so different in each individual. So
yeah. No, well, that's awesome. Love what y'all doing, and I'm definitely humbled, grateful to be part of it. Appreciate you guys having me on for sure, man. This has been.
Oh yeah, whenever you want to come back on, you're always welcome, man. I know football coming up, and I say you want to come on and talk some football, let us know, man. We can talk some football because I know it's kind of off season right now, but that's when it's sports time. I know it's trying to do these classes and stuff because I'm doing the NBA program right now. But when the season starts, though, we try to come on during the week, a couple times a week, and talk about sports. We mess with each other. We just like talking trash, just because I know Phil, he's a Green Bay fan. You know what I'm saying, and I know Nick, he's still a great Lewis.
Whoa.
Oh, you not a Packers fan no more?
No, I heard a sound over there. I was like, I heard a sound.
We just come on and mess with each other. Like, he's a Lakers fan when the basketball season, like when it started, the playoffs and stuff started, we come on and mess with each other too.
If you want to talk about anything, business, IT, you can just let us know. Yeah. If you want to promote anything, or let us know, we get you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, again, we talked about it earlier, but however I can add value, I'm all for it. I appreciate being part of it. I if not anything else, I love the line of questioning, so because you show the multifacetedness of just this student athletes and the journey, the path, and I'm just of the hopes that for whatever I do, and it helps, it adds value, helps somebody. So all for that.
Yeah, we definitely. I know when the season start back up, man. We definitely have a senior football residence, man. That'd be cool, man. But
Sounds good.
But we appreciate you for coming on, man. And it's been awesome, man. You definitely locked in, yeah. And so we're gonna holler at Andre, man. So it's like he's still like he running, man. I see the Facebook profile. He still got the guns. Like, man, he's
still doing it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man. But. Yeah, guys, like, share, and subscribe, man. Let us know what you think, man. Like I said, it's been a long week. We've been interviewing people all week, man. I got to try to give my guys a break. But, man, we appreciate you for coming on. Thanks, Nick, for coming on, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, bro.
Big, since Valentine's Day was yesterday, what you do for your wife?
Me?
No.
Man. Oh, house. Okay.
Oh, so what I found is you got to be a little bit earlier. So I made sure flowers and all the good stuff was on Friday, not the Saturday.
Yeah.
And then, and then we actually were able to step out, went to the event yesterday evening. So just me and her, so we had a good time. No work, nothing like that. So all good.
About you, Jay?
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. Man, that's it, man. That's it. That's it, man. We basically chilled, bro. Hey, that's what she wanted to do. She was on call this weekend. She was like, "Hey, we'll pick another time." So we just made chill.
Yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I think that's what we went to.
No wrong with that.
Yeah, we'll check out some sports, but that was pretty much it because we was with our kids. We take our kids everywhere with us, so.
Yeah, that's right.
Buffalo Wild Wings, something everybody can eat because kids. You try to go, you can't go to no steakhouse with kids. They ain't got no macaroni and cheese. Like, man, we at a steakhouse. Man, get it out, man. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up, man. We appreciate y'all for watching the clips. They're gonna be coming too. I'm trying to catch up on all these episodes, man. Got hit all at one time, but they coming though, and like I said, we appreciate the house, man, for coming on, man. We appreciate that, man. We'll definitely, man, let you know, man. Sports season come, man. See if you got some time. You come talk some football with us, man. Mess with us a little bit. That'd be awesome. We'll hit up Andre. I know Rod wanted to be here, but he out of town. But we definitely have to link back up again. Bring Rod on here. But he didn't say he in Cancun, man. Shout out to Rod, man. Rod King. Shout out to Rod, but yeah, but guys, we for the sign out, man. Let us know what you think. Thanks to House for coming on, man. You definitely locked in, man. We got you in the network, man. We appreciate anything we can do for you. Let us know, man. If you want to make some content, just let us know, man.
Yeah, we'll do it. All love.
Yes, sir. All love, guys. And we are signing out.